and today we're going to be practicing the loose leash walking. Theodore is a small dog, but he's got a lot of muscle, and I know that when he really pulls, he gets down low to the ground and kind of uses his hindquarters to just push himself forward, and you get drug along. So that's something we want to work on. So walks are easier, more manageable for you, and just to teach him those manners. And practice is really important. I know he's worked on loose leash walking before, but just like you probably don't remember everything that you learned in middle school, if you don't do something for long enough or you don't use it, you're going to forget it. So it's important that we work on it. There are the two methods that Stephanie uses, the back and this way. So we're just going to kind of practice and we'll see which he responds to. Either snapping your fingers or tapping your leg for the back method. I'm going to tap my leg because I'm not very good at snapping. I probably won't get his attention. Remember, for the loose leash walking, you give him the full length of the leash so he has room to explore. And this way, you'll be able to tell when it gets tight, when he's pulling. So we're going to walk him around. Theodore, back. Good boy. That was good. He's doing pretty well here in this controlled area. I think he knows that we aren't really going anywhere in particular, so he's not pulling. So I'm going to try to walk back this way, see if I can get him to pull. Alright, he's walking very nicely. I think it's the initial excitement of getting the leash out that makes him want to pull. But as you can see, the point is that if he were to go out in front of me, when the leash gets tight, then you just snap your fingers, pat your leg and say back, and you get him to come back to you. Theodore, back. See, he comes right to me. The leash is nice and loose, and then we can continue. Now, in loose leash walking, we don't usually use treats because the treat is that he gets to continue his walk. He's doing very well. The other method is called this way. So, when we're walking somewhere, if he starts pulling, just kind of jiggle the leash. See if we can get him to do it. So if he starts pulling, just jiggle the leash, say, Theodore, this way. And as you can see, I didn't have to yank on him. I didn't have to pull too hard. I just gave him a little wiggle, and I turned to Theodore, this way. His name and the high-pitched voice will get his attention, and he'll walk back with me. Now, these are good methods to practice. The best way that Theodore's going to learn them, Theodore, this way. Alright, there he was pulling a little bit, and he responded really well to the this way. So I think that might be the way to go with him. But as I was saying, practice this every day. Take him for a walk for at least 20 or 30 minutes. Practice this, try both methods, and see which one he responds to the best. Or maybe use a combination of the two. If you have like a set destination where if he's going from, say, the car to the vet's office for his annual exam or vaccinations or anything like that, and you have a short, specified distance to walk, what you can do is, so that he gets control of himself, gets composed, because he'll probably be excited to be in a new place, is have him sit. And then you walk. If he starts pulling on you, just have him sit again until he calms down. That way he'll learn to walk in a controlled manner, and if he doesn't, then he has to wait. Theodore isn't like a super hyper dog, so I think that would work okay with him. With some dogs, or like really young dogs, that might be too much because they could just lose all focus and not be able to contain themselves at all. So just try different things. I want to give you some options so that you can do what works best for you and Theodore. He's doing really well. He seems to respond to both the back method and the this way method. So it's just a matter of practicing, refreshing it in his mind and using it frequently so he knows to do it at all times. And so it gets to the point where he learns to walk nicely on the leash without you having to do that all the time. So this was Rachel and Theodore. We're reviewing loose leash walking.